Welcome to the Let's Keep It Light podcast, and thanks for listening. In this episode, Ginger Bowler and Isabel Martinez explore fascia maneuvers, what they are, how they work, and why they matter.
Well, Isabel Martinez, we never stop learning, do we? I mean, we're always learning something new, and we have our modalities. We have light therapy or photobiomodulation. We have our quantum biofeedback. We have supplements, nutritional supplements, et cetera. But now you have added something to your health, wellness tool chest that you're able to offer your clients. And tell us about it, because I know that it plays really well with photobiomodulation or light therapy.
Oh, yes, it does. So what I had been doing now is I just did the certification course for what's called Fascial Maneuvers. So this is like a very new way to understand what and how does fascia work. It is a very new approach that is hitting all the way around because of the responses it has as a work on the body, and mainly with the fascia. So to understand what is it, what we are doing, we first need to understand what fascia is.
Yes, the fascia is, I've heard the word, and of course I know what it is now, and I have known for a little while, but it's not like the big topic that everybody knows about, even those who know a lot about the human body. So
no.
What is it, and why is it coming to the forefront right now? Why is everybody talking about it?
Well, because we used to believe that fascia was just a connective tissue that covered under our skin, that covered the body, and that was it. That's what we used to know from the fascia. But now, the more the studies they do, the more they know that fascia is a very intelligent tissue, connective tissue, that ingrains the whole body from the head to the feet, to the toes. And it holds all the systems and organs and interconnects them. And it is like, if you think of a spider web, that's all in your body, like covering and ingraining all internally. It will be affecting all of our systems, all of our organs, everything. And it is made of basically minerals, water, collagen. So the mineral that's the most, like the highest mineral that its composition is silica. So the silica is like they that's what they call it, a liquid crystal, because it's kind of a jellyish substance. Yeah, that's in small little tubulets that are the composition of the fascia. And it is like, if it is healthy, it will be, you know how the sea sponge, how they respond when you get wet? It is so flexible. You can turn it around. You can maybe do figures. You can have it react. But if it's dry, it will get broken.
It's stiff.
And just think about that in the tissue.
That's very great. That's a very great visual.
Yeah, because just imagine that internally in our bodies. If our fascia is not properly hydrated, it will get as that. So it may break. It may be really stiff, and the body will have to do compensations to deal with that part that's in that way, because fascia is in layers. It's not just one piece. It's ingrained all the way around. So depending on which areas are more well hydrated, then it will be responding. So if some like deeper layers of the fascia are more tense or dried, then it will be doing compensations. So our posture, our breathing patterns, everything, even the organs, will change its functions. So we really, really want to be very aware on how we work in our fascia. And fascia is very sensitive. It has more nervous cells than the nervous system itself. So it keeps adapting to all the responses from the senses in the outer world to the internal world. So it helps us with the information on our feelings, on our perception from the outside world. So it's constantly changing. And if it's holding that amount of water, and we think that water holds informations, when we get an emotional response and the water holds that, it affects the quality of the fascia. So then the fascia may get constricted because of this, or may get really loose and respond in good ways. So it is a very interesting tissue. And it is bioelectric and bioacoustic. So if we put light in the tissue,
like as in light therapy, photobiomodulation, right?
That's it. Then the response in the fascia will be, oh, happy, happy. It will, because it will help to release. And of course, first of all, we have to think of the fascia with a healthy fascia, well hydrated, and with a proper movement, and do the light over it, so it can just get really happy, because the tissue will be really letting go of any kind of stress or tension that has been stored there. And the more we move the fascia, the more we create how do I say, the pressure that we create through how we breathe through the fascia, how we get the movements that we usually do, like counter rotation movements, doing these fascial maneuvers, because we play with the pressure in the layers of the fascia. So by doing that, we are going deep to release that stored tension. And then we get light, depending on which color of light and the frequency we are getting through that color, the deeper it will go in the layers of the fascia. So if we use infrared, it will go deeper in deeper areas of the tissue and even to the bones. If we use red, it will go like, I would talk in centimeters because...
Well, you can talk centimeters.
Yeah, that would be like...
Just because us Americans can't understand what you're saying, there are some people who can speak centimeters.
Yeah, so it's like a centimeter maybe. That what's the penetration on the tissue for the red color. So if we use the blue color, then it will go to the external layers of fascia,
right, the dermis,
and even the skin.
Yeah.
So depending on that, I found that doing the combination of the fascial maneuvers and the biophotomodulation, it's really, the responses are incredible.
And I do think that that's the power of PBM or photobiomodulation, is it plays well with every other modality that I can think of. Mm-hmm. And so I had as you know, I had a hip injury from pickleball. Mm-hmm. Actually got this injury when I was in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah, right. And I went for a shot, and it was a very quick movement, and I was up close to the net, or what we call the kitchen line, and it was so fast, and I was to my left side, that I took a volley basically, and then changed directions to the right so fast, but the top of my femur, or my hip bone, kept going to the left, and my body was going to the right. And so it felt like the bone popped out of the socket. I could hear it, and it was very painful. I did make the shot, however, so I do think that's important. We made the point. But I couldn't play for a long while after that, and I did use light therapy to recover. I did go to the physician to find it was not a tear in the labrum or anything, of all the different things that it could have been. Maybe it was something before I had my MRI, but by the time I had the MRI, there was nothing there to see per se. But I still had pain and inflammation in the bursa. And so it gets better, worse, get better, worse. But when you came to town this time, one of the first days, you did this fascial release with me. And just for anybody who's hearing about this for the first time, the power for me in this modality that you have just learned and are sharing with all of us in this fascial release is that the person does it themselves for the most part. So it's something you can do in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to go to a clinic to get it done. Now, it's very helpful to have a practitioner like you that will help you through these movements until you learn them yourself, or if you can't do that range of motion. For example, then last night, so this is a week and a half later or so, that we did my second time of working with you. You helped me through a lot of the range of motions with because we got really deep on twisting me like a pretzel. Mm-hmm. But the relief to my physical body, and especially to that hip, is profound. Yes. And really appreciate it.
Yes, no, you're very welcome. And the thing is that, as you say, these are ideally things that you can do every day for your own self, because you just have to understand like the move, how to do it, the breathing patterns that you're using, because through the breathing we are going through the depth of the fascia, and with the counter rotations we are moving the pressure, creating responses with the breathing. So we trap that, breathe, and then fascia response. So once you yourself learn what is helpful for yourself, then you can do it, and ideally do it every day and as much as you can, because you are the one that are feeling the right things for your body. So that's part of the good thing to learn about this fascial release, to understand that we can manage and we can work with our own body without having to go to a chiropractor or to massage, or we can work in ourselves. And if we have the light, it's a double win-win.
Right, and chiropractics and massage and everything has its place, of course. Of course. But to think the place where we are in our consciousness and on our planet and our history right now, and it certainly surfaced during the pandemic, is that is all about self-care.
Yes.
That's where the power is. It's like we have to know how to take care of ourselves and our loved ones.
Yes, and what I mean that you don't have to go to a chiropractor or to a massage therapy in the moment you're suffering.
Right.
You can do things for yourself. So because sometimes this is in the middle of the night, and sometimes you're getting terrible pain in moments that you're not able to go to someone to help you. So you can do things for yourself doing this fascial release.
Yes. So one of the examples that I witnessed myself these 2 weeks that you've been here is that one of our friends is a tennis pro, a teaching pro, and on the court 7 days a week or 6 days a week, and was a little, and I hope she doesn't mind me say this, I don't think she would mind me saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway, is that getting a little bit worried that all the tightness in a hamstring and a lower back and all of that, isn't that what was going on? Mm-hmm. And was quite concerning, because if you're physically miserable or in pain will hijack your life. Mm-hmm. And so it was, quite worrisome. And you worked with her one time, right? Mm-hmm. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And
yes.
Then, do you want to say anything about, because she told me all the pain was gone. Mm-hmm. And so what, can you say a little bit about what you, and we use the lights. So, mm-hmm. Just for full disclosure, we did both. We did the lights first, and then, which you like to do the lights first. Mm-hmm. And then you
work.
What did the, mm-hmm. How many different main postures are there?
Well, it depends, because as fascia is ingraining all the way from head to toes, wherever we are working, we usually will divide the body in three main sections. The first one will be from the neck to the head, that's zone 1. Then from the neck to the pubic bone would be zone 2. And through the pubic bone to the feet will be zone 3. And then when we work in, let's say, zone 1, as we are creating this pressure and the counter rotation, we are affecting zone 2 and zone 3, even if we are working just in zone 1, because it responds through the pressure that we are creating. And as the fascia is interconnecting everything, when we create this rotation and the amount of pressure through the breathing patterns, then we are like pulling, let's say, somehow to the fascia, even if we are working on the very high end, we are pulling the fascia all the way down through the rotation, through the breathing, and because everything is interconnected through the fascia. So let's say if you have a shoulder rotation to the front. It's not just the shoulder that's suffering. Let's say it's the right shoulder. Then the head has to do a compensation.
Right.
So when you do the compensation with the head, like zone 1 and zone 3 work in the counter rotation pattern. So they get responding both in the same way. So it's a matter of, experiencing it, but what we have to understand is that we're interconnected through fascia. And fascia will be responding depending on how well hydrated, how we do the movements to create the pressure so it can release the stored tension. And if we put the light in frequencies, it will respond, because mainly there's this electromagnetic response that we are also feeling with the light that we are putting in through the devices we use. So it's ideal to work as a couple kind of work.
Well, I know that last night when you were working with me, and because before you go back to Mexico, I was like, well, wait a minute, my hip's been feeling fantastic, but I'm starting to feel a little bit there. So, I knew I still needed to do it. And we've talked about doing your 28-day reset program and trying to organize that other people can join us online or join you online to do this reset program. That's the power of the internet. Oops, I hit my microphone. That's the power of the internet and being able to do things through Zoom, and the power of this work that you're doing, because the person might not have a light therapy device at their home, but they have their own hand in their own body, and they can do these maneuvers. So it's great if you're going to do the 28-day reset or do any of this work, that if to do the lights first, but if you don't, you still can do this. And I know that when you were working with me last night, I had done the lights earlier in the day, but I didn't do them later at night. And we went ahead and did the work anyway. But when you were doing that, twisting my face and pulling my hair and my ears and all that, I could feel it all the way down into my fingers, and especially the one finger that I'm having an issue with. And it is so much straighter today. It's ridiculous. Look at that. I know y'all can't see this, but it's incredible.
Yes, because inflammation goes away. Because inflammation is the tension stored in some points of the tissue that the more it hurts, the less you want to move it. Right. So no, the thing is let's move it. Even if, yes, it may be painful. That's why we use breathing, because through breathing we are releasing part of that tension and creating the pressure in other areas, so that will be releasing the part that is hurting. But in reality, as you say, I was working on your face, so this is the cheeks are like the upper cheeks, then our boobs are the middle cheeks, and our butts are the lower cheeks.
I never thought of that.
So if we work in one part of the cheeks, we are affecting the other two.
Oh, that's fascinating.
So yes, because we are connected through the fascia, and that's the incredible thing to work with the fascia. And
I love it.
And of course, when I talk about having the fascia healthy, it mainly is well hydrated, but by hydration, people may think of water, and it's not about water. It's about minerals. So to have the proper balance of minerals in our systems, and for that we are, or what's suggested is to use Irish sea moss, but to be able to really get the fascia going, the most important thing is silica.
So silica and Irish sea moss.
Silica, Irish sea moss, and something that will get inflammation down. So turmeric.
Like turmeric.
Turmeric.
And light therapy reduces inflammation.
Of course. So that's why it's ideal. And of course, nourishing and having good quality of water, good quality of food, and good quality of thoughts, movies, and things that we use externally will be affecting us internally, and because we'll create responses, and those responses will be affecting the fascia.
Isabel Martinez and Dr. Ginger Bowler are certified light therapy instructors and co-founders of the Light Energy Training Seminars. You can send us an email with your questions and comments to podcast@letskeepitlight.com, and be sure to visit us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Sarah Weston, and we'll see you at the next episode of Let's Keep It Light.